All right. Let me chime in here, hopefully bringing a voice of reason, some rational analysis, critical thinking, thought processes. Hopefully I can speak to this onslaught of political narration and, I contend, race baiting. As if we have not had enough of the, what I contend is most misunderstood, self-deprecating narrative involving Black Lives Matter and what have you, you name it, because they're rolling them all out. You can choose who they is. All right? No need to name, but I think you can kind of see where the interest, or dare I say, whom the interest lies with when it comes to these movements, Black Lives Matter, and what have you. Because now, I would say that, how shall I say this delicately? A certain demographic of people are manifesting their authority, their power, at least their perceived authority and power. All right? So without going any further into the identification, this is what I contend once again is race baiting at its finest on the world stage. Remember, the world is a stage. I've put out several videos in the past week or two outlining what I believe is going on as far as the actors in this proverbial play on this stage called life, at least in the Western world and perhaps abroad. Everywhere you look, the mainstream is addressing this issue of Kyrie and the one known now as Ye. You may know him as Kanye West. High-profile individuals, both in the multi-million, perhaps billion, in Kanye or Ye's situation, club. But high-profile nonetheless. They are not on your level. They are not on my level. They are not on your mother's level, perhaps, your father. They're in a different club, a different society. Don't misunderstand your proximity to their particular level in the caste system of the legal society of the United States. Do not misconstrue. Do not become emotionally engaged and think that their money is your money. You will still have to pay your electric bill, regardless of what happens, regardless of the perception that is pushed by the mainstream media. You will still have to feed your children. You will still have to put fuel in your car to make it to work on Monday through Friday, as it were. Do not think for one moment that the outcome or the income, for that matter, of these high-profile individuals will affect you in any way. Have you forgotten? Because whether I'm up or down, whether I am profiting or in great debt, I have never received an invitation from either one of these high-profile individuals to come and share a meal, or at the very least, offer to buy a package of Pampers when I am struggling to do that at any particular time. Have they for you? I can assure you that you have done more to support these high-profile individuals with your hundreds of dollars than they will or have ever done for you with their millions. Has either one of them called you when you were sick? When your family suffered a calamity in a bout with cancer? Did any one of them come to the funeral of your loved one that perished from the debacle known as the pandemic? I'll just say that. Did anybody get a call? A card? A Hallmark card? Did you get anything? Okay, so you get where I'm going with this. Because I know you're very rational, you're very reasonable, that's why you're here. So, if all of those questions I just posed to you return you not, by that I mean you got no return on your investment, to use economical terminologies, then why do you give a flip? As my father-in-law would say. Why do you give a flip? Why? Okay, all right, I'll play. So, let me get this straight. Your perception of this event, the narrative, is that if you fight on their side, that they will take care of you, and you will no longer have to deal with the injustices of modern day society. That's your perception. Was that your perception when Obama got in office too? I'm just asking. And how did that work out for you? Wasn't there in fact an uptick in perceived injustices? Isn't that why we had the riots and everything like that? Wasn't that even after the first black president? When are the people going to learn? When are you going to figure this out? That the whole of this society and this community is of a political nature. Do you know what politics are? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you overstand? What are politics? I've said it to you probably 100 times in the last year or so. Look up the definition before you align yourself and choose this day whom you're going to serve. What are politics, or what is politics? The science of government. You remember third grade? You remember fourth, fifth grade? Remember high school? Your science teacher told you what science, the definition of science is, perhaps in your biology course. Isn't science the study of something? Let's start off with that. This is a political agenda, political narrative, a political community. Look it up. It's simple. The world is a stage. There has to be two sides so that there can be a division. Do you remember the root word or root of die? It means two, twofold, and vision. So double vision. Double vision, two visions. A great pastor I used to sit underneath says that anything with two heads is considered a freak. Are you doubly minded? What if mom in your family has her own vision for the family, and dad on the other side has his own individual vision for the family? That's division, meaning two separate and distinct visions. And I grew up hearing the saying that a house divided can't stand. So in the political realm, there are two visions. There's the political divide. You have Republican and Democrat. You may as well toss out the the libertarian, the independent. They will never win, because that's not the way that the system is designed. It's just a smokescreen, baby. Sorry that Santa Claus is not real. Sorry the Easter Bunny is not real. Wake up. This is a political community. Politics are the science, the study of government. Govern means to control. Ment is the Latin derives from the Latin mentes, M-E-N-T. E-S or I-S sometimes, I think, but it definitely M-E-N-T-E-S, mentes. That is the head, mentes, or the mind. When you put it all together, politics is the study of how to control the head or the mind. That's politics. That's why you need two hemispheres of the brain, two hemispheres divided. That's why there are narratives that are pushed by both sides. There's conservative talk show. There is Democratic, liberal, whatever. They're appealing to your upper or higher and lower selves. The yin and the yang, as above, so below. The black and white checkered floor. It's a game. The world is a stage. Now, back to our starting point. Kyrie and Ye. This narrative that is being perpetuated by this division caused by a freaking movie that neither of the targeted individuals created themselves. They just may have an opinion. Do they have that right? Freedom of speech, etc., etc.? Are we going to start talking a constitutional battle now? They have the right of expression, freedom of expression. I'll let them deal with that. But all I'm trying to focus on is the fact that now a particular people, demographic, society, whatever, perhaps are able to take advantage of this situation to strike up yet again. I mean, I thought the country was coming back together. I thought peace was becoming more affluent now, and people were recognizing that we don't win when the nation is divided by color, creed, race, religion, beliefs. I thought we were figuring that out. Why now must we, on the heels of the pandemic, on the heels of Roe v. Wade, there's a complete annihilation happening here of any sort of peace in the minds of the American, quote unquote, American people. A complete destabilization, excuse me. The peace of the people is under attack, period. It doesn't matter what side you are on. Remember, and remember again and again, that regardless of what political narrative you align yourself with, you will still have to pay for the inflated gas to get to work. You will still have to feed your family. You will still have to supply. You will still have to deal with your medical expenses, regardless. And no one is coming to rescue you, alas, except for the ever-encroaching controllers of the mind and of the head. By that I mean the government. This is not an anti-establishment, anti-government rant. It is more intended to be a wake-up call to common, everyday individuals, spoon to mouth people who pay everyday electric bills and water bills and state and government or federal taxes, who water their grass, who try to stay conscious of their health, who try to make the best decisions possible in raising their family, who pay parking tickets and complain about the instability and the ever diminishing amount of liberties and freedoms on a daily, monthly, yearly basis. I'm just speaking to you. I could care less about those who have ascended and strive to stay at the top of the proverbial pyramids. I'm not speaking to them. I'm speaking to you, common everyday individuals. And I'm just saying, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Turn your TV off. And enjoy your holiday with your family. Holidays with your families. Whatever it may be. Who said you have to observe and fund the prevailing governmental holidays? Who said that? Make your own. This is going to come down to an individual liberty or liberty and the pursuit thereof. Become unplugged if you dare and start to focus on what's really important. Everybody's looking for a martyr when you need to become your own. Who told you had to collaboratively have a belief system that aligned with everybody else, that looked like you even? Who told you that? Why can't you believe in your family? Why can't you believe in yourself? Why do you have to have a congregation to align with? Who taught you that? Who told you that's the way it's supposed to be? Stand as a man and or woman and create your own. Respect your fellow humans. Do no harm unto your neighbor. and do no damage or cause no damage to your neighbor's property. Simply put, even the scripture says that. Whether you believe in it or not, it matters not. There is laws of nature. Who said that you needed a congregation, a community per se, a society in order to do what is right in accordance with natural law? Who told you that? I'm just saying, I'm just appealing to your rationale. Because at some point, we all have to say enough is enough. Has your happiness and the pursuit of enjoyment culminated with the latest television programming? Is that where your enjoyment lies? Is your pursuit of happiness at the end of your remote? Has reality TV and subsequent programming become your safe haven, your go-to? You're miserable at work, you come home, sit on the couch, grab a bag of Zoom Zooms and Wham Whams, and put on your favorite show and escape into someone else's, some other actor, into their world, their family, their reality. I'm just appealing to your sense, your rational analysis, people. I'm not anti anything except for dissension, division. If you're here to divide the people that I love, I'm not with you. I'm not with you. If that's your goal, to divide the people, to make us hate each other, then I'm not with you. I don't care what title you carry. I'm just not with you. And we need more people to think that way. I don't believe every individual that has a different shade of color on the superficial level of their bodies, that have the same doggone organs that I have, is racist. And racism is being perpetuated, pushed under misguided information. Racism is the want of the annihilation of a different people, period. Do you know anybody that wants to holistically and comprehensively eradicate any color of people, race of people? I don't know anybody like that. I know people who have been hurt by someone perhaps of a different persuasion, and they may be particularly turned off by that individual. But I don't know anyone comprehensively that wants to kill, eradicate any one people. Do you? Because that is the definition of racism. So at the very least, let's stop using that terminology incorrectly. Prejudice is a different thing. And you have the right to be prejudiced. Because prejudice comes on the heels of the information gathered through your reconnaissance. In other words, if you keep walking through a particular neighborhood, let's say in the ghetto, just like if I go walking through a particular neighborhood that is mostly of a different nationality, and every time I walk through there, I get hit in the back of the head with rocks and BB guns or something, something non-fatal, but nonetheless causes me injury, harm. I may become prejudiced about walking down that street after a while. You get the difference? I may become biased about that particular area. I may tell my family that look like me, maybe it's not wise to travel that way. We have other routes that you can take. For some reason, and I don't know, but for some reason, those people just don't want us there. They didn't try to kill me. They don't want everybody that looks like me to die. They just don't want me there. I'm not talking about whether that's right or wrong. I'm talking about rational analysis in the sense to make a better choice to protect my interests. So I become prejudiced about that area or biased to that area, and I choose a different route. Whatever their hang up is, it matters not, because there's 300 million other people in 70 something other counties in my state, and millions of other roads that I can take. They will not affect my happiness, my pursuit thereof. Are you understand what I'm saying? At some point, we got to become accountable, stand up, put our big boy and big girl pants on, and realize that everybody doesn't have to like us. At some point, we're going to have to wake up and figure that out. Everybody has a right to their prejudice. They do not have a right to racism, to annihilate you because of the way you look. No. But use the proper term and stop letting the narrative guide you, formulate your belief system, and causing you to act out in ignorance without running it through your senses. That's all I'm saying. I'm just appealing to your rational analysis today. A little passionate because I'm seeing that we are about to get sucked right back in to this racist narrative. And we're just being inundated with things that are destabilizing your everyday lives while you're getting hit with inflated gas prices, inflated food, fear of the pandemic, fear that you're going to lose your abortion rights, all kinds of fears, just recklessly lowering your vibration. So you'll become more susceptible to sicknesses because it affects you on a molecular level. Stress is not just superficial. It affects your organs, the functionality of your body, keeping you vibrating low on a low spectrum. And then what? High blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, cancers, and now you're caught in the vicious cycle of pharmaceuticals. And again, people that are not even on your level, that don't care about your day-to-day needs, desires, and wants, profit off of your sicknesses. At some point, we got to just realize, we got to just accept the fact that this caste system really exists. Can you be happy with your little corner of the earth? Or must you always be in the pursuit of what someone else flashes before your eyes? The next shiny silver, shiny piece of metal, hunk of metal that is here today, and as soon as you wrap it around a tree, is gone tomorrow. That's your true value? That's your true worth? A gold chain around your neck that someone snatches off and murders your family member for it. That's your sense of value and worth. That's how easy we are being led like sheep to the slaughter. Killing each other over shoes. Well, it might not be as prevalent as it was back in the 90s, but it was like, goodness gracious. I have never even bought a pair of Jordans. I don't even know what that's like. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down today. I know I'm passionate about it because I'm a little upset because we're, again, being sucked right back into this. And I'm going to make a bit of a prediction. As it stands today, and this might change in the future, but I'm 100% on my predictions starting from 2015 about the economy. And you can go back and check in my archives, way back, go all the way back, as far back as you can go. And you'll see that I was talking about the BDI, the Baltic Dry Index, drying up. The ships were not even moving, bringing product into the shores, imports. I warned about that before it even took place, before it made national news. I mean, go check. You'll see what I'm saying. And the like, shelves emptying, stocking up with 25-year shelf life foods, dry foods and what have you, storage. We were doing that back in 2015. I was telling everybody, buy silver, buy gold. I was doing all that. Check my record. Go back as far as you can go back in here. And if you don't find much in here, then it means it was over on my Facebook page, which is CCOP research, CCOP research. And you'll see, I've been doing this. And so I'm about to make another prediction. Here it goes. Trump will run. Okay? It matters not whether or not he will win, because that's really not the main focus. Either Kyrie or Ye, I don't know if they will make it necessarily as a cabinet member, but some kind of committee they will be on for the president or something to that effect. They will come together, they will work. Trump, hands down, is perceived to win, especially if he lumps together with Kanye, which he already had done. They've already prepped us for this. If you recall, Kanye was in the Oval Office and basically was given free latitude to talk the way that he talks. The world is a stage, y'all. The world is a stage. So, I'm not sure, again, whether he will run as a vice president, et cetera, but he did tell us that he's going to run at some point in time. I remember seeing something like that. So, this is what's going to happen, y'all. Everything is ushered up to this point. When the people cry peace, peace, then shall come sudden destruction. Okay? That's all we've been screaming is peace, peace, peace. Now, things have to become increasingly dark so that a less than lustrous savior can come forward and look and seem to be angelic. That's why we are experiencing such increasing darkness, such destabilization. This is purposely being unleashed, I'll say, from rooter to tutor. I'm not going to name everything so I can avoid perhaps being flagged. I don't know. I don't really care. But you get what I'm saying. All of this destabilization, everything that has been unleashed in the last few years, you know what I'm talking about. This is increasing darkness so that the one, okay, and then you remember the prophet goes before the one, right? And prepares the way. Huh? Yay. All right, without going any further, I think you know where I'm going with this. 2024 promises to be revolutionary. You think it's going to be in a positive or a negative? I'll leave that up to you. I appreciate all your comments, all your questions, your participation, and what have you. Thank you for putting up with me being passionate, a little bit more passionate than usual. And I even have been on this treadmill for about 15 minutes over time. If you like this content, if you like this type of discussion and you want to encourage it to continue, please look in the description of this and other videos. We got to get serious, y'all. We got to get serious. Mark my words. The paradigm shift will happen regardless. I almost said irregardless, but there's no such. Regardless, it's going to happen. I am trying to prepare you and those of you that are on this demographic or in this demographic with me for that which is going to come, regardless of whether you want it or not. Change is here. Okay? The things that you once had and done, and that stuff ain't going to work anymore. The dollar is going bye-bye. It will be converted into something different. We won't talk about that right now. I would encourage you to have silver and gold. If you need help with that, you can reach me, KnowledgeWell, one word, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com. KnowledgeWell4U@gmail.com. If you need to learn how to begin your collection. And the reason for that is it's not going to be a permanent thing, but wealth preservation is key, because during the destabilization of the country and the taking down of the dollar and its markets and all that kind of stuff, this is a controlled demolition. Mark my word. You will hear this. You will hear this. This is a controlled demolition. This is not the sky is falling, the world is coming to an end. If you believe that, I got some land up north for you. Sits on the water. Beautiful. Boats and yachts and all kinds of stuff up there for you. Just hit me up. My number is 1-900. All right. This is a controlled demolition of the system. The only way that you can introduce the new system is you must first get rid of the old. You can't have conflicting measures of currency and what have you, right? You got to get rid of the old. And so that's what is happening. They must first destabilize this system, break it up, okay, to institute and overlay the new system, aka New World Order, whatever, you know. Okay? That's what's happening. If you need help in preparation, you need to be building your ark. I call it your ark, your proverbial ark, because that was what the proverb of Noah was really about. Noah's ark. Okay? If you want to take it literally, that's up to you. But what that does is it causes you not to act in accordance with the information that you are given, the warning. It causes you to freeze because you're so mesmerized, right? Like a moth to the flame. You're mesmerized by the story in reverence and fear of this God, you know, and so you're frozen. When you're actually supposed to be reading for understanding and comprehension. And then you're supposed to be learning from those stories, parables, and applying them in your own everyday life, because a storm is coming. I'm just saying. You need more information on that topic and others. Make sure you look in the description of this and other videos. Don't forget, right about now, right down there, you should be hitting that like button. Show your support in that way and others. Especially in the way of finances. We have this neat little thing, it's called a Cash App. You can send money digitally. Unbelievable, it's unreal. I know it's space age technology, but try it out, you might like it. Scary at first because the money is pretty much immediately transferred. It's pretty awesome, try it out. You can do it at $ American Consulate, all right? And if you need, again, to contact us, we do trust. We help you set up and get your wealth preserved through different models. Trusts are one ways. We can set up a business hierarchy for you so that you can learn how to work your economy. You'll learn how to extract the wealth out of the system and then bank it in your trust. Why is that? I'll give you a little nugget. Because trusts and corporations are taxed at a lower level than you as an individual. 1040, right? W-2s. But if you need to learn more, you can always hit us up. KnowledgeWell, the number 4, the letter U at gmail.com, all right? We do consultations, all right, and help you through educational means and instructional means. Of course, this is not construed as legal advice in any way. Thank you. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Don't forget to look down. A few weeks I've been really blasting with videos, live and otherwise. Get your information, get your knowledge, get your education, and make a difference, all right? Turn that TV off. Start making your own. YouTube is a great platform for you to do that. They're not paying me to say that. But there are others too. Patreon, etc., etc. Love you all. Thank you for allowing me to rant. Hopefully you take some things to heart. But most importantly, you start to apply. Okay? Talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.